Hi guys, welcome back to Miscellaneous Pleasures. I am here with another one of my cricketing videos. I'm here with my preview discussion, whatever you want to call it, of the India versus England Test series. Something that I am extremely excited about and looking forward to. Yeah, so let's just get this going. I will talk about more or less. I'll talk about India's sort of preferred 11 that I would want to see, and what England may throw at us, the challenges that India may have this series, and stuff like that. So, all right. Talking of the first of all, let's just talk about India versus Australia. Right. The backdrop to the series is that a depleted Indian side managed to beat the odds, beat the injuries, beat the bat against one of the best bowling lineups in the world, especially in their home conditions, and win the series 2-1. And that's what we did against Australia. So, having had the highest of highs, it's important that India managed to carry forward the momentum against England. And I feel like the set of players that has been chosen, I mean, the squad that I am displaying right now is for the first two tests. I do think that this team is pretty good. I think that this team is capable of beating England. It's just a question of, first of all, I don't know how the pitch is going to be. There's something interesting that I read today, which I will talk about. Um, it's just going to be a question of whether India's batsmen are capable of applying themselves and playing good cricket. Because at the end of the day, it's a test cricketing match, right? Like in a test match, if you don't give away your wicket easily, and if you manage to score about 2.5 to 3 runs per over, eventually you'll score in a much faster pace. With people like Pant and even people like Kohli and Rohit Sharma, like they'll stick around for a while, then they'll score at a pretty good rate. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing this season, this series. And yeah, the first question, I mean, India's lineup, I mean, I can't even think about picking this 11 because, I mean, I'm not impulsive. A lot of the people in the world are. So if they see Shubman Gill batting well for 2, 3 innings in Australia, they'll be like, you know what, he has to start at the opening for India. But the fact of the matter is, Mayank Agarwal has I mean, he's an insane record in Test matches for India, and especially in at home. And the last series was against South Africa, where he was absolutely brilliant. So what do you do with the opening slot? And I don't know. I don't know what we could do with the opening slot. All I do know about this team that is sort of constant right now is 3, 4, 5 Pujara, Kohli, Rahane. That's not changing. And there are so many questions personally for me with this side that I don't even know where to begin answering them. Like, first of all, talking of fast bowlers, I'm not sure how fit Ishan Sharma is, but I mean, he has been picked, right? So I'm guessing that he's match fit. In which case, I think Ishan Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah have to be the two fast bowlers. So, question number one: do you want to go with three fast bowlers and two spinners, or do you want to go with two fast bowlers and a Hardik Pandya? I'm not sure how well a Hardik Pandya is in a form, or like in his match fitness. I'm not sure if he can bowl. I mean, he did not bowl at all in the IPL. He bowled like 2 or 3 overs against Australia in the whole of three T20s and three ODIs. So I'm not sure. And if Pandya is not going to bowl, then I don't want to pick him in the 11. As simple as that. So, do you want to go with, let's say, Nishan Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, and the Shardul Thakur? I'm saying Shardul Thakur and not Mohammad Siraj because Shardul Thakur is a player who can bat. And I'm saying Shardul Thakur for also another reason. We don't have Ravindra Jadeja. So, and of the three spin bowling options that we have, Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, and Kuldeep Yadav, guys, I'm not mentioning Ashwin here because Ashwin is definitely playing. I'm talking of the second spin bowling option. You have three options, and I feel like Kuldeep Yadav should not be picked. Good bowler, but then I wouldn't pick him. Uh, First Personally, I would go with Akshar Patel, even though he hasn't played a test match for India. I don't think he has. I feel like, yes, Washington Sundar, obviously, impulsive decision. A lot of people having seen him play would probably go with him. Especially also it being Chennai, I feel like Washington Sundar would be somebody that even Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri and people like that would consider to pick. But I feel like Akshar Patel would give the necessary batting as well as a variety of option with left arm spin. I feel like he's a very good spinner and I feel like he's a bit underrated. So Akshar Patel is somebody that I would go with along with Ashwin. So you have Akshar Patel and Ashwin, Bumrah and Ishan Sharma. So do you want to go with Washington Sundar or Mohammad Siraj or Shardul Thakur? If it's going to be a square turner, then I'll probably go with Washington Sundar. But then if it's going to be a square turner, I feel like we should go with only four bowling options and not five. If it's going to be a good track where spin is going to play a part, seam is going to play a part, I feel like Shardul Thakur might be a good bowling option as well as a batting option. But then Mohammad Siraj is somebody I feel like Virat Kohli would go with simply because he likes his fast bowlers. He likes having three very good fast bowlers, even in Indian conditions, and I wouldn't argue against it. I would be skeptical, but then I wouldn't argue against it. So that's the bowling department decided. So if you're going to go with four fast bowlers, here's the question I have for all the people who are watching this: Ridhiman Saha or Rishabh Pant? In Indian conditions, I mean, in any conditions, Ridhiman Saha is a much better wicket keeper. In Indian conditions, I feel like Ridhiman Saha is even better a wicket keeper, and I don't feel all that good to drop him or to pick Pant ahead of him. So, in a weird scenario where India are going to go with four bowling options, I don't think it's going to happen, but then let's just go with it. If India are going to go with four bowling options or a five bowling options with three spinners, I feel like Ridhiman Saha has to be part of the team. Like in a turning try, I don't trust Rishabh Pant as his wicket keeper. There's also an option of picking both, but then I don't think that's happening either. So that's something that's going to be a very difficult decision for the Indian side. As I said, 3-4-5 is locked. Kohli, Rahane, and Pujara, Kohli, and Rahane 3-4-5. And if we're going to go with five bowling options, I feel like India would go with Pant because he's in form and they just go with him because he's in form batting wise. I would personally go with Ridhiman Saha. And as I said, the five bowling options for me would be Bumrah, Ishan Sharma, Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel, and Washington Sundar. But then I wouldn't argue against the Mohammad Siraj option or a Washington Sundar option if it's a turning track. So, what do you do with opening? I would go with Mayank Agarwal and Rohit Sharma. I think in Indian conditions, I think Mayank Agarwal has to play. I mean, I understand that Shubman Gill is in good form and he has played well for India. But then I think Agarwal has to be the number one choice. And let's say he doesn't play well in Chennai in both the tests. I would give him two tests. If he doesn't play well in all the four innings, then I would bring Shubman Gill in for Agarwal for the Ahmedabad test match. And yeah, so that's my 11 essentially. Rohit Sharma, Mayank Agarwal, Pujara, Kohli, Rahane, Ridhiman Saha, Akshar Patel, Ashwin, Washington Sundar or Shardul Thakur, followed by Ishan Sharma and Bumrah. The last time I predicted an Indian 11 and thought that Indian 11 would do well, I wasn't all wrong. I was actually not correct because I did pick a five. I did say that five bowling options would be the perfect choice, and it was. I did say that I would pick Jadeja and have two spin and three fast bowling options. That was right. I did say that Prithvi Shaw would play the first test even though I would never play him. That did happen and he did get replaced by Shubman Gill. And I don't remember what I said about Mayank Agarwal, but I'm pretty sure I said that his he was probably going to get dropped, or I would have probably dropped Vihari, even though that was wrong. So yeah, that's talking of India. This Indian lineup is actually very strong. I mean, in all honesty, like, I mean, even if you pick Rishabh Pant, even if you pick Shubman Gill, even if you pick uh, Mohammad Siraj, stuff like that, that is an extremely strong Indian lineup where there is no Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja. So yeah, but that's just mostly bowling options. So batting wise, I think India are at top quality, and India should do well. There is no like doubts about it. Talking of England, England are sort of an unknown quantity for me right now, in all honesty, because most of their players in Test match sort of scenario I don't recognize. I haven't seen them play all that much, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, first things first, I know that I think Crawley, Rory Burns, and Sibley are going to be the one, two, three. And I don't know in which order. I'm not sure. I know that Rory Burns is an opener. I don't know which of these two is an opener. Four is going to be Root. Five, six are going to be Stokes and Butler. So that's it. Sort of 1 to 6. The interesting thing is, I mean, even if they're bowling options, like they have picked Anderson and Broad, and I do know that only one of them is going to play in any given test match, apart from probably the day-night test, which probably might have both. And I am pretty sure that Jofra Archer is going to start. So, and Moeen Ali, I think, has to start because of his good record against India and the fact that he's a spinner as well as batsman. The thing with England is, I think England are a side that cannot be, I mean, definitely cannot be underestimated, but then they are a side that you could blow away easily, or it could turn out to be a test series which probably ends 2-1. And I think, I mean, it's a four test match series. I will not commit to a certain scoreline right now, but then, and here is the thing, right? And this is something that I did want to talk about of the Chennai pitch. Something interesting that I read today. Apparently, the guy, the curator, is a newbie. Like he has been making pitches only for a year or two, if I'm not mistaken, and he's like some textile owner or something like that, and then he got offered this job, and he has been doing it for a couple of years. And there hasn't been any test matches in Chennai since he has come, and it's I think a brand new wicket. And there was discussions of how it could be a slightly greener top and stuff like that. The last time India played England in India 5 years ago, 2016. I think it was 4 years ago actually. It was end of 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it was a very good batting track. And even in Chennai, I remember I think Karun Nair scored a triple century. KL Rahul got like 199. I mean, I haven't talked of KL Rahul being in the side because I just don't see where he's going to play. I don't think he should be playing test matches for India. I mean, he can be in the squad, right? I mean, but he shouldn't be playing. So I am slightly worried if it's going to be a green top. I feel like capitulation is just around the corner, even though we have played so well against Australia. If it's a spin track, I'd still not be extremely confident because they do have spinners, and it's not like they can't bowl well or anything. And I don't think India is as great with spin batting as it used to be, so that's also something that I am wary about. Personally, I'd probably go with a 2-0 or a 2-1 sort of result favoring India in this series. Yeah, but then India are an absolute beast at home conditions for the last few years, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 4-0 or a 3-0. So that has to be kept in mind. Yeah. But the Chennai test, yeah, again, there are few questions that I have, like Saha or Pant, questions like three spinners or two spinners. I feel like India are never going to play three spinners, but then that's obviously an option that has to be considered. The next question is why has Hardik Pandya been picked? That's something that baffles me. If Hardik Pandya is going to bowl, this whole lineup thing that I've been talking of the past 15 minutes changes completely. Because if Hardik Pandya is fit, then there is actually a possibility of Kuldeep Yadav playing. And it's not like I don't rate Kuldeep Yadav, it's just that he doesn't bat at all, and his record, he hasn't been in form for a while now. That's the reason I haven't picked him. But if Pandya is fit, that makes our top six won't change. Pandya would be at 7, Ashwin at 8, Ishan Sharma, Bumrah, and Kuldeep Yadav. That's not bad. But if Pandya is not going to bowl, then I don't see a reason why we should be picking him. He could be a good substitute fielder, I guess, but then that's the extent of it. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting factor. The test match is starting 5th of February, if I'm not mistaken. So 5th Feb is what? Friday? Yeah, so it's starting Friday, and ideally, by schedule, it should end on Tuesday. So yeah, really looking forward to the series. And if you have your own lineups ready, predicted lineups, expected lineups, lineups that you would want to see, or any other comments on whatever I've spoken about, please do share your thoughts in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Share this video around, have a discussion around, and share your thoughts. Thank you so much. Bye.